Enjoy. I can't wait for you guys to watch that. It's uploading now. You're gonna love it. You might not be ready for that, but your kids are gonna love it.
Is this on Twitter?
It's about to be on. It's about to be on the WGG Twitter in a minute. Un momento.
I did
Oh, I played the Sea of Stars demo.
it looks so dude, that game looks so fucking good.
Beautiful. It's a beauty.
I can't that's on my oh god, hold on. Okay, never mind. That's once I beat so I'm playing Devil May Cry 4 right now. I'm gonna play the reboot and then beat Devil May Cry 5, and then after I think I beat Devil May Cry 5, I think I'm gonna play Sea of Stars. I think that's the next game after I complete every Devil May Cry game.
Reg, thank you for the sub, my boy. Appreciate you, King. 38 months on a 21-month streak. What a fucking handsome legend. What up, what up, what up? Subscribe with Prime and then converted a Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Extra love then. Extra hugs and kisses on foreheads. Thank you so much. What is this, episode 353?
Hold on.
What's up?
I'm just gonna
viewers?
I'm gonna tell you guys now. You're probably not gonna get the game tonight.
You say that all the time.
I think this one's more obscure, and you're not. I just don't think. I don't.
Don't try to psych. Don't try to psych Tiggy out just because he's never done a Guess My Game before.
353.
I've done one. I've done one. I've done one.
Look, all I'm saying is, this is not one of the easier ones. That's all.
Please go watch and retweet the video that I posted on Wicked Good Gaming. Thank you. Please. I need absolute silence while I get into my character. Tiggy, do you know that reference?
Oh.
I need absolute silence before I get as I get into my character. I need absolute silence as I get into my character. I need absolute silence as I get into my character.
What the wait? Hold on. It's not. It's taking like 20 minutes to buffer.
This is my magnum opus. It's never gonna. If I make any more of these videos, it's never gonna be the same. Reggie's in it. Reggie, you should go watch it too.
Go, Reg. Go, Reg.
Pete, you put Pete in it.
Yeah, he deserves to be in there.
You put both Pete's in there.
I know. Pete was in our chat like last week. Pete's always in here.
True.
He's loyal. I would have put Coleman in there, but I don't have a picture of his face. I don't know what his face looks like, so these are easily accessible photos. Tiggy, did you watch it?
You're just so ridiculous.
Oh, I watched it.
It's
Oh, I
so-
watched it.
So fucking ridiculous.
Listen,
How do you make these? What
all I
happens?
do is because I am content. Content
You are
man, content man Dom is what they call me.
It better not fucking rain again on Saturday because I'm trying to golf.
It's also going to be like 3 million degrees out.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
We need to do some new headshots for the company, I think.
Send me another picture if you want.
Dude, I would love for someone to shoot me in the head.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, what's a good time to remember that September is Suicide National Prevention Month.
Also, even better, September.
Oh. I do my finger was going towards the air horn. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. That is not fucking funny whatsoever. All right, we'll edit that out in post. Jesus Christ.
No, we won't. That's
Cut that.
Just cut that out. We'll cut that out. Steve, cut that out. Steve, cut that out. All right.
Oh, Steve's gonna be editing a short tomorrow
All right. Word.
as well. I watched the whole fucking 9 hours of Fear Fest 2023 yesterday.
Wow.
It wasn't 9, it was like 5. But there is not enough good games to show for
Not
it to
enough
be
good
that
games, lots of bad games. All right, I'm gonna.
long. Cole, gotta give credit to Bob. Sadly, he called Starfield's launch
LD,
tape.
what the frig is good, my boy?
LD.
All right.
To be fair, I heard Starfield's launch outside of PC
It's
has
really
been
just
really
Intel.
like on
It's people
console.
it's people that have Intel GPUs like me that are not having a good time. Everybody else that I've talked to that plays Starfield on PC said it's awesome. So I don't know.
But also on Game Pass, you have to wait 20 minutes just to access the game.
That was the first time. The first time I ran it, I did have to do that.
Yeah.
But every other time after that's been 5 seconds.
Yeah, Kaylee tried playing last night and she was like, I'm not waiting 20 minutes to get into this fucking game right now.
Yeah, just leave it on.
I was
Go
like,
make a sandwich, come back, and then you're good. All right.
better yet, make me a sandwich.
I was, talking about being independent and making your own meals, but it's okay. On this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we are going to be talking about Valorant having their very first. I fucking botched the thing. I botched it. Okay. On this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we're going to be talking about Starfield's reception across the board. We're going to be talking about review scores. We're going to be talking about some blogs. We're going to be talking about some takes. Ninja is starting a new podcast, so the podcast awards are back on. And Evil Geniuses has their first female coach to win a major esports championship, with E.G. Potter winning VCT. So, and the Guard is now back in VCT Americas. So all that and more, and a very special edition and a very return to form edition of Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game. All that and more on episode 353 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy Papa Don. We're back live, direct, and handsome, and you know what the fuck is going on. It's episode 353 of the most dangerous gaming podcast on these internet streets, and the chat is absolutely rocking. We are wasting no time at all. R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett, and wasting away in Margaritaville with me here, looking the pot and certainly feeling the pot. Tiggy, how are you?
Dom, I'm doing tremendous. It's an unfortunate day. We're pouring one out for our friend Jimmy Buffett. R.I.P. in peace. I consider myself a parrot head, a shark head. Fins to the left always. But I just know come Monday it'll be all right.
That's right, absolutely. And as a pirate looking at 40 myself, I can definitely empathize with the late great legend. And there's parrot heads all around us, myself included, as you can see by the shirt. I may just wear tropical shirts for the rest of the year, just to make sure that he knows that wherever he is, up in that Margarita-filled paradise, that we're here thinking about him.
My shirt has ducks on it.
You were in the same shirt last time too that you were on. I think you should get a Hawaiian shirt.
I like the shirt.
It's nice because put some leaves on it maybe. Or like a.
I know, but yeah, but I like a nice tan. I've been going in a different direction with my clothing recently. Remember a couple years ago when I only used to wear black, all black everything?
Yeah, like 8th grade, yeah.
Right, but that extended up until like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Like my all black everything phase extended an extra 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, my default costume is like black t-shirt and then like jeans and like white sneakers. So that's like been me my whole life. But
I'm integrating tan now. I'm integrating tan.
All right, Golf Tan Bob, how you doing?
I do have a golf tan. It's so fucking bad, actually. You should see my ankles. They're so bad, but I can't show them because you guys don't donate enough and you don't subscribe enough. So,
yeah, that's right.
If you go to Patreon and you pledge there, I'll think about showing you my golf tan on my ankles.
Golf Tan Bob.
We'll see.
Also, R.I.P. Smash Mouth singer Steve Harwell.
Rip.
And you know what? Let me just say this real quick, Bob, before you get going. I think it's okay to just like mourn people. Like, we don't have to just fucking make jokes about everything. You know what I mean? Like, I know that like, All-Star is one thing, and like Shrek is a big meme online and stuff. But like, do we have to make jokes about fucking everybody dying? I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. R.I.P. Steve Harwell. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for your influence on my life and my childhood, and also Jimmy Buffett. Thank you for everything as well.
And R.I.P. Bill Paxton. He died a couple of years ago, but R.I.P.
Two musical catalogs that will not soon be forgotten. But Bob, you been good? How you been? You feeling good?
I did not feel well last Tuesday when you guys recorded. I was on coverage that day and I felt like I don't know what the fuck happened. I didn't sleep. I didn't get I don't know. I didn't eat well. I didn't sleep well the night before. And I was on coverage and like noon rolled around and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna pass out. So I left. I left work while I was at the hospital. I told my boss, I was like, listen, I'm not feeling well. I gotta get out of here. He was like, all right, cool, go home. And then I got in bed and I was like, I'm not leaving this fucking bed all day. And that's what happened. No clue what it was.
Hey, you know what? We're here now. That's all that matters. Yeah. We're doing great. You know, I'm glad to hear that everybody is doing well now and we are all in great health. We have had some community outreach. We have one of our listeners who is willing to donate $25 to Tiggy to get a purple light bulb in his room.
Wait, let me see if I can turn mine on.
Get him on, get him on brand. So we're pumped about that. But let's just dive right into it here. Let's do a little weekend recap.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So, we lit! Short and sweet. Started, played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. I played a little bit of Fortnite. New Fortnite season's a lot of fun. Some really cool stuff in there. And that was it. And went golfing. Played 9 at the Treehouse Brewery. It's a brewery that's usually in Central Mass, but now they bought a country club, which is like 20 minutes away from me. And so we started golfing at 9. We ended at like noon. The girls and the kids met us there. Taco truck, beers, great time. So beautiful. And I'm drinking a beer from Treehouse right now. A little souvenir from there, and it's just absolutely fantastic. Tastes like orange peels and fucking a shitty work week. So
how'd you shoot?
Did pretty good. Shot pretty good. I started a little rough. I've been wicked sore. I've been running a lot. I've been trying to run like 3 miles every other day.
Yeah.
So I've been a little like achy and sore and stuff. I'm like, my body is getting used to like moving a lot more, and even now I'm like shifting in my seat because my shins kind of hurt from yesterday, and I gotta go tomorrow in fucking 3,000 degree humidity. But I know Tiggy is running in like 105 degree weather in Arizona, so I'm trying not to complain too much. But I shot all right. I mean, I wasn't really like keeping too close score, but a lot more consistent with chipping, a lot more consistent with driving. Putting still needs some work, but I had fun. So,
all that matters.
Bob, what about
you? I played the best game of golf I've ever played in my life on Saturday.
I can't have.
I shot. I'm sorry. Okay. I shot 7 over on 9. That's the greatest game of golf I've ever played.
It's not bad.
By a mile.
You're playing like
fucking
barely bogey golf.
Dude, it was par was 35, I shot a 42.
How many mulligans though?
Jesus.
I only lost 1 ball, so 1 mulligan.
Okay.
Right. But I was driving 250 on the fairway every single hole, 250 on the green and 2 every single time.
Beautiful.
Damn.
It was an absolute fucking impeccable showcase that I put on.
Love that.
Everybody that got to see me that day, you're welcome for the performance. I don't know if I'll ever do that again, if I'm being honest. But yeah, best game I've ever played. Speaking of games I played.
Yeah.
Played some more Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that Baldur's Gate 3 is the game of the year, potentially game of the decade. I saw Shroud's opinion on this, where he was like, Starfield is not game of RPG of the decade. Baldur's Gate 3 is RPG of the decade, which already makes me feel like Baldur's Gate is just game of the year at this point. Yeah. I have yet to play Baldur's Gate 3. Granted, I played it for a couple of hours in early access because they sent us codes. But I haven't played the full experience of the game because I've been playing through Divinity Original Sin 2 with a couple of buddies of mine. And that game is quite literally like, it is working its way into my top 5 favorite video games of all time. And it is, I don't even know how to begin to explain how you could just do whatever you want. It's like an actual D&D session.
So wait, did you actually stop playing Baldur's Gate 3?
No, in or Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, well, wait till you get to fucking.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if Baldur's Gate 3 is supposed to be better than Divinity Original Sin 2, it's gonna be one of my favorite games I've ever played. Like, hands down, it'll be in my top 5 of all time. Divinity Original Sin 2 right now is in top 10 at this point, because it is. Dude, I get it, but I want to play this one first.
I know, it's okay. No,
and then I
know,
and then I want to experience Baldur's Gate 3.
You will know once you play it why I've been like hounding you, because I want to talk to you about it and like figure out what your perspective.
I'm
is,
excited,
but
I am very excited for it.
Good.
Been playing a lot of Hunt Showdown again. You know, a couple of I play with a bunch of different groups of people. Been playing Divinity Original Sin with Mike and Eric. Been playing Hunt Showdown with my buddy P, Ty, Matt. And then when I get in bed, I've been playing through the Devil May Cry franchise, and I'm on to Devil May Cry 4 right now. One old but a good game. Definitely a good game to play at some point. Okay. Probably only need to ever play it once, never play it again after that. Devil May Cry 2 was awful. Just a bad video game created, bad video game design. Yep. Never need to play that game. Devil May Cry 3, absolutely fantastic. I fully understood, after I beat that game, I fully understood why people love that franchise, and I'm playing through 4 right now, and it's also very good. Okay. So
I like it.
I got 3 more games in the Devil May Cry franchise, and then, like I was telling you before the show, I think I'm going to start playing Sea of Stars afterwards, which looks fucking fantastic.
All right, so I'll talk to you about Baldur's Gate 3 in like 6 months.
No, because I play things different in different locations. Sea of Stars will be on my Steam Deck in bed.
What about Baldur's Gate 3?
That'll be on my computer after I beat Divinity Original Sin 2. We're already on to Act 4. We're almost done with the game.
Okay.
This is like a long Netflix queue in 2009 right now.
Just quit your fucking... How about this?
Yeah, my DVD is going to show up in March sometime.
Quit your fucking yapping. I'm going to get to it.
Yeah.
Tiggy,
this is the first time, dude, this is the first time in years that I've actually started to go through my fucking list. So shut up.
Tiggy, what you been playing? How's your weekend?
So I've been playing a little bit here and there. PGA, in the great words of friend of the show, friend of real life, Michael Grove. I'm dominating the league, and me and a couple buddies we're climbing the ladder. I took down a couple of 2000 LP, RP, whatever Titans at one point. We lost to some max level. We lost to some max levels by 1 hole at the end. That was a little unfortunate, but we're proving that it's more of a you just gotta play forever to get good. We're right on the cusp. I played a little bit of League of Legends. Unfortunately, I found out that you actually can be relegated back down into bronze.
No. I was wrong. No.
I've lost so many games when I've been silver 0 LP, and I demoted, but then it said you've been demoted back into bronze, but when you play your next series, you'll get an automatic win. And it was a little confusing. I'm like, so am I don't know. It was very confusing. I've been playing that. I played golf on Monday with my buddy Troy for Labor Day. We went to the only place that had an open spot for 2 people. And to be honest, it wasn't a great experience. Not a great course. Terrible outing from Troy and myself. We had many dark thoughts on the course, but we ended up getting a couple beers and had a lot more fun after that. I think I had one good shot on a par 3 where I stuck it 10 feet away and naturally missed the birdie putt, but we put away par.
Tic Tac, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett, indeed.
R.I.P. in peace.
Tiggy, is that is it like a relative of yours or something?
That's that's my little brother. That's,
Shout out
to that's the little dog right there. But
shout little Tiggy.
Yeah, that was fun. And then after, I actually had lunch with Michael Grove as well. We keep mentioning Michael Grove.
Yep.
A little break in news. He may or may not be in out of Arizona in AAA ball right now for a couple of outings, and then we might see him, who knows, appear on the big time screen again. Hypothetically, we're not sure, we're unsure, but allegedly that's may or may not
it's
be happening.
It's been making the rounds. That's been
it's been
okay. So we might be leaving Arizona. I know you're his unofficial PRA.
As
I don't
unofficial,
want to. Yeah, it's unofficial. It's
Yeah.
not. That is not official. So I mean, I think yeah, totally. I definitely want to make sure that everybody knows it's unofficial news, but
Yeah.
it is breaking nonetheless. Even though it's unofficial, it's breaking unofficial news that Michael Grove
Could not be in the state of Arizona
finish,
anymore.
Finish the sentence yourself. Yeah, exactly. He
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
just
Yeah.
taking his talents to South Beach. I don't fucking know what the fuck. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. No, Michael Grove. He's I don't know. We might see some. Maybe we see some MLB The Show streams from Tiggy soon. Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Bro.
But
Other than that, it's been good. Mental health getting better. Feeling very good. Feeling good. Been to the gym a lot with my friend who golfs a little bit too. Feeling healthy. Feeling
Beautiful.
healthier than ever right now.
Beautiful.
Right.
So really quick, just because we had a couple of questions from the chat, and then we'll get into it. Zamph said thoughts on the Chiefs-Lions game tonight. I'm really sick of everybody pretending that Patrick Mahomes is some kind of underdog. He's the best quarterback in the fucking NFL. So please stop complaining and being like, finally people will take Patrick Mahomes seriously. What does he need to do to get credit? He's fine. He has 2 Super Bowl rings. The kid is fine. He does not need any credit. He does not need any sort of hype or anything. He is the most hyped up player in the NFL. He is the best quarterback in the NFL by a fucking country mile, and there is nobody that is saying that he is not good. Okay, his wife and his brother are obnoxious. That's it. So that's it. Can't say I'm a Chiefs fan. I don't ever really want to see them succeed because I'm just not an Andy Reid guy, and also as a fan of an AFC team, I have to hate them. So, and then the Lions. I mean, the Lions are fun to watch because their coach is funny, and also. What's his name? David Montgomery, anytime touchdown, book it. Call your bookies right now. That's the lock of the century of the week. So
Lock of the century of the week.
Yeah, that's the lock of the century of the week. So David Montgomery, anytime touchdown. If you want to get frisky, I'm on Ross St. Brown, anytime touchdown, as well. But David Montgomery. He's gonna be pounding that shit. So anyway, speaking of things that are going well, I have no transition for that.
Speaking of pounding shit,
Speaking of evil geniuses,
There we go.
just pounding cheeks left and right in the Valorant Pro circuit, and now we have they have set a record as Potter, who is the coach of the Evil Geniuses Valorant team. Evil Geniuses had a nice little Cinderella run for themselves in 2023, and they took the world title at Valorant Champs 2023. And because of that win, Potter, who is their coach, has become the first female coach to win an esports major in history.
actually incredible.
Amazing
awesome.
stuff. Amazing stuff. EG, tough start to the year. They started off fucking tough, but VCT Americas, they really started ramping up a little bit after having probably the worst start you could possibly have. They ended up hitting the qualifiers, and next thing you know, they're taking home champs and literally setting records and precedents left and right. But it's a great feel-good story. Coaches absolutely are an integral part of an organization, and it's cool to see milestones like this already being hit in esports, especially when in like traditional sports, like female coaches and refs and whatever, like parts of the organization are just now getting recognition, like 100 years into a lot of like traditional sports existence. But esports being still kind of a fledgling industry is already seeing these glass ceilings being shattered. But Bob, Tiggy, what do you think about EG Potter and stuff like that?
Dude, first of all, the NBA had their first female ref for the first time like 3 years
like 2
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on. For those who don't know, I don't know the full backstory behind Potter, but I do know some of her backstory. I'm pretty sure she was a previous Counter-Strike analyst or commentator. I think she also did play professional Counter-Strike at some point. But then she eventually moved, once Valorant came out, from Counter-Strike commentary to playing professional Valorant. I'm pretty sure she was the first female professional player to play on EG. And I think it was their main roster too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a female roster and a male roster. She was playing on the main roster with the EG boys. And then she ended up taking the role as head coach afterwards. And dude, I just think like seeing that trajectory of her career at that point, it's phenomenal. It's incredible to see. I was a fan of hers when she was doing commentary for Counter-Strike. I am still a fan of hers when she made the move to Valorant. I watched the VCT finals, even though I don't watch much Valorant anymore. I did watch the finals. I'll usually watch the finals of any esport at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, good on her. Good on EG. I'm glad that Ethan is doing well over in Valorant now. He's one of the few Counter-Strike to Valorant transitions that have gone exceedingly well.
Yep.
Most of which like fizzle out at some point or finally try to make their way back to Counter-Strike. But Ethan was on the EG Counter-Strike roster when they were #1 in the world at some point.
Yep.
Then they fucking fell off the face of the planet, and now he's on the Valorant roster. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the rest of the team, and I'm super excited for Potter. You know, that's really awesome.
Totally. I mean, you take home a mill, you know, a smooth mill. You know, it's always a good time, and obviously setting records in the process, setting precedents, especially, you know, in gaming where there have been a lot of kind of like false starts. I feel like for, you know, more to get, you know, more representation in esports. You know, like that, like the League of Legends team, like the all-girl League of Legends team that like became a meme after that, right? Like stuff like that. And then you have Pato, who is clearly just like the real fucking deal, and you know, coached a team that was the worst in their region, and that region being NA, which is widely considered to be the worst esports region in the world, fucking regardless in any esport, except for maybe 2K. But to take them from that to being world champions is absolutely incredible. And this begs the question, Tiggy, is NA back?
Oh, I mean, first of all, I didn't want to jump
NA
in.
back.
And they never left, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to jump in Call of Duty, like, come on, we own that forever. But in terms of top tier esports,
that's
you
like
know,
the NHL, or like that's like the Super Bowl, though. Like no other country really competes in the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, like that track star was like, we say world champs when we went over here.
Yeah. Like the meme of like the picture of Europe, and it says 0 Super Bowl wins. Like,
Hey, but hey, that doesn't.
Championships.
Hey, that doesn't stop them from the Jacksonville Jaguars going over there, and they're rocking every jersey they can find. Okay.
And London is actually, I mean, London's losing their CDL team now. It's going to be Carolina, so they're really not going to have any Super Bowl wins or CDL champs. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, awesome for Potter though. I know there was a lot of reports of I think earlier in the year, I think it was like March, April timeframe. EG kind of gave notice to Potter, was saying like, hey, you know, we brought you in and we kind of expect results, kind of put her on notice a little bit. And I guess her team, once they heard, were not happy because they stood behind their coach and they wanted to, you know, continue working with her and stuff like that. So it could have been a little extra motivation to kind of help like get them on track and get them going and stuff like that. But that's just really cool to see, like the team almost, you know, put down their jerseys. Not almost put down their jerseys like Rudy or something like that, but they really stood behind their coach.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, well, we want her. She's our coach, and we're going to continue fucking doing our best for her. And I mean, look what it proved. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, EG has just gone through so much shit up and down for the past, it seems like couple of years in terms of like League of Legends and all across esports in general.
Don't even ask about Counter-Strike.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get Bob going, but, yeah, so it's really cool to see EG, you know, a long-standing NA organization get a big championship against the entire world, essentially. So that's fucking sick with a female head coach.
Also,
so that's awesome.
The picture of their IGL, Boostio, is it Boost?
Mm-hmm.
With the American flag draped around his shoulders with the trophy in his hands. I cried. A really slow tear for like 2 weeks just went down my cheek, and the Rocky theme song played, and then the Hulk Hogan theme song over that. That's gonna be my new cover photo on the Bird app, I think. It's just
and then someone broke the glass.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Dude, a Florida boy taking home the world championship in any esport is fucking amazing. But man, good for Potter. I mean, what a success story. What an absolute. I mean, that's like the shit that documentaries get made out of, to be honest with you. And I hope that it does. I truly do hope that it does.
Wait, hold on. But they win. Did anyone see the merch that they dropped after they won?
No, but I'm gonna buy it now.
No.
No. You will not buy it because I think they took it off. It was like just a dark blue T-shirt with like kind of like a square picture, almost like a Barstool T-shirt, you know, where they put like a freaking screenshot of something, and it had just like their faces on it that said like VCT champs and stuff like that. Like it looked like it was made in paint in a total of like 2.5 minutes after they won. It was abysmal, and due to so much blowback, I think they took it off the shelves, and they're like, we're gonna take time and make sure we have
yeah,
some sort of apparel designer in place,
Yeah, you gotta-
and actually put together some awesome fucking merch.
I totally agree. I mean, I think that I think that they need to. I mean, you can't have an achievement like that and then shit the bed on merch. I mean, that's the one thing that you should be doing.
That's how you're gonna capitalize. That's how you're gonna make
Right.
some bit of money.
Right, exactly. And I mean, I'm looking at all the comments here. I was just looking at the comments, and I was actually trying to check the roster to see if any of them were from the north. Any of the EG roster is from the Northeast, but it's a lot of like Texas and LA and Florida, which is fine. We'll get a Boston guy in there at some point. But yeah, congratulations to Evil Geniuses. Congratulations to Potter. Absolutely incredible achievement. And I mean, I might be an EG guy now. I might be an evil. I'll be a bandwagon EG guy. This is the thing that I struggle with as somebody who's a newer, like esports follower, is like not every organization participates in every esport that I am interested in. So like, I need to find an org that participates in Valorant. Maybe they have a Hearthstone guy. I don't know. Do people even does Hearthstone esports exist anymore? Maybe not. But I don't know. So, but I do love complexity.
Look, you could have been there rooting for EG today with me until they got absolutely waxed 2-0'd by Mouse
in
Counter-Strike.
CS:GO.
Little rats.
Yeah.
Mouse Sports, man. How about Mouse Sports? You might have you predicted Mouse Sports was going places like 2 years ago. After that first like really really big like upset that they pulled off, and you were like the underdog of the century.
And then fucking Bovid happened, and they went into the online era, and one of the greatest, I would argue, probably the second greatest opper to never have the opportunity to play on a team to win a major, Woxic, couldn't play because he was in Turkey, and he had too much lag.
Damn.
So the fucking whole roster just dissolved after that.
5 million.
Yeah, it was brutal. But Mouse Sports and Ents, the two upper tier 2, lower tier 1 teams that flirt with the top 10, top 15 most of the time.
Yep.
Arguably two of the best recruiting teams on the planet right now.
Yeah, I love
just absolute talent finders.
Ray X Havix said, I was at the arena and the chants were so loud. I watched a little bit of champs. A hometown friend of mine, actually was working with the production company that was helping to put it on, and they were posting pictures on the Instagram story and stuff like that, and I DM'd him, and I was like, dude, what are you doing at champs? You don't know anything about video games at all. And he's like, I don't even know what this event is. I'm here working with the audio team, like, to help the performances and stuff, like, take a hitch. He's like, no clue what this game is. Everything looks cool as fuck, though, and the musical performances are amazing. So I thought that was wicked funny. And he was like, I'll send you the keychains and shit that they gave me. And I was like, great. I'll be waiting for that.
Yeah, dude, I think Baby No Money is a little bit of a, I think he's a bit of a traitor, because he was huge into Counter-Strike for a while, and now he's performing live for Valorant events.
People are talking. People are talking.
I'm talking, and I don't like it.
Be your own people.
Yeah, let me look at this. Okay, so EG 2023 Championship jersey. It's looking a little blah, though. There's like no badge on it that says championships. This is ridiculous. That's for goddamn ridiculous. They got to figure it out. Hire somebody, please, to do your championship merch, or just get a T-shirt that says champions on it. What are you doing? Like, get like a 2004 World Series championships Boston Red Sox on the thing, like that, an obnoxious like graphic motif of a ring. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I can't wait to see Michael Grove hoist a World Series trophy. It's gonna be unbelievable.
It's gonna be fucking electric.
Just rocking the baby to sleep. Anyway, so where were we? So speaking of babies, Starfield. A lot of reviews are coming out for Starfield, And folks, we have set a new land speed record for the amount of fucking whining that can happen on the internet at the same time. Because, oh brother, is there a lot of tears, a lot of tears, a lot of issues, a lot of tissues, a lot of boogers, and a lot of websites that can't decide whether or not they want to perpetuate that the game is bad, or if they want to perpetuate their own guides and quick tips and stuff like that to farm clicks off of a game that they said was bad. So we're going to do a little review really quick. We're going to go to Metacritic. I think the score is 87 that Starfield ended up getting, and we're going to review what we had for scores. 87 is the score for Starfield. And if we go to our predictions, I was way off. Let me see.
I think I was pretty close. Close.
I'm pretty sure Tiggy was right on.
I think I said 88 to 92, I think I said.
Yeah, Bob said 78 to 82. Tiggy said 88 to 92, and I said 92 to 96. So Tiggy, closest including going over, but you were still the closest. So congratulations, Tiggy. You win.
Thank you.
A prize you didn't find out.
Anyways, gentlemen, thank you. I'd like to thank my family back at home and all the friends and haters in the chat today. Thank you.
And a lot of people were doubting you. People were like, "Wow,
Yeah.
what kind of prediction is that?" But when you think about it, I mean, I had 92 to 96. Bob had 78 to 82, and then you had a nice little sweet spot right in the middle. So you were doing the classic kind of Price is Right type deal.
Obviously, I mean, hey, if I'm batting cleanup, I might as well, right? You know?
Totally. But in terms
I don't see the appeal as of right now.
In terms of the coverage of the game, whether or not you see the appeal in it, I think the coverage that we've seen for the game is bad for video games. And I think it's bad for video game coverage because the amount of websites that we've seen trash the game, but then also like trying to keep people on their website by posting guides and stuff like that because they know millions of people are playing it is insanely disingenuous, and I think it lacks a lot of integrity. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you have any opinions on it one way or the other, but I literally think that the way the game is being covered is fucking horrendous for both games and for games journalism.
I mean, what's the best way to get an unlimited amount of clicks?
Hate clicks.
Exactly. You put out a review for the game that you know is going to piss people off. People are going to click on it, and then the follow through, the tail end of all of those clicks is going to find their way into the website, and the website's going to have a million fucking guides for it, and those clicks inevitably lead into clicks onto the guides. I mean, it's smart. It's smart on their end, but like regardless, I don't trust number reviews. I trust people who make videos more. They'll sit down, they'll get in front of a camera, they'll go through all the pros, they'll go through all the cons, they'll tell you what they liked, what they didn't like, they'll tell you, some of the major issues that they had, which thankfully, this was something I was wrong about. I thought that this was going to be the biggest, buggiest mess that they have ever released. I was wrong about that. It's probably the most playable game that they have released to date at launch. That being said, it doesn't look like a fun game, if you know what I mean. It looks like it kind of looks like a chore to play, in my opinion. I don't know. It depends. I mean, it depends.
I mean, I think if it comes down to that, then it's just a subjective thing where it's
right.
There are people who are going to get lost in it for hundreds of hours, and then there are people who are going to play it for a half hour and go, "This isn't for me."
Right.
But in terms of polish, in terms of being a finished game at launch,
yes, I give them credit for that. To me, it just seems like it. Like I loved the shit out of Fallout 3. I loved the shit out of Fallout 4. When I see gameplay of Starfield, it just looks like it doesn't have the same amount of like character built into it. Like the Fallout games, the environment was essentially a character included in those games. You're just in space and you're going to different space stations You can't explore planets like people thought you could. It's just like hub zones, and if you exit out of a hub zone, you just run for 20 minutes and then hit an invisible wall. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like... I don't know. I feel like they took so many steps forward from the older games in their catalog, but then also like shedded a couple of layers of creativity and character off of, the face of the game itself.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure people are gonna fucking love this game. Like you said, I'm sure people will put hundreds of hours into this game. They will do every quest imaginable. They'll play through the game 20 fucking times. They'll find every secret in the game, every Easter egg, every hidden thing. But to me, it looks boring. It looks like a chore to play. And hearing from so many people that like it takes 12 hours for the game to start getting good, buddy, I have 150 JRPGs I can give you that take 20 hours to get fucking good.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not the only. Yeah. It's definitely not the only game that has that hallmark. And there's plenty of games that like take a little bit to really ramp up and get going. But for a game that has 200 hours of content in it.
JRPGs.
It's a drop in a bucket. I mean, for that, it's a drop in a bucket, and it's like, all right, well, you have to take the good with the bad, and you have to expect. There's a lot of people that were complaining about things that are just in every Bethesda game anyway, and they're just kind of hallmarks of what they do.
Like what? Like what though?
They were like, oh, like the animations are a little stiff, like the faces don't look the way they should.
You can only get so much out of the creation engine.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's a fucking 14-year-old engine.
I think
you can only get so
I
much
was watching
out of it.
footage on, I don't know if it was a Series X or whatever it was, and I thought the faces looked pretty fucking good. The animation still.
I think the game looks gorgeous. The game looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
like it's the most polished visually,
easily.
and least buggy game they've ever released. I just think that they literally just shed a couple of layers of character off of it, and it just looks like it looks like a failed mashup of Fallout in space. That was almost like portrayed in advertisements in the lead up to the release as like this is going to be like No Man's Sky, and it is, in theory, nothing like it.
It was more compared to like Interstellar, which actually kind of was the same thing, where it was like very few and far between. They go to like a small handful of planets, and the biomes themselves are a little bland. Like Todd Howard himself was like, this was inspired by Interstellar. Like the game was very like ambient and like ominous, and like it's not like bang 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 stuff happening every time, every 5 seconds. It's not like Armageddon or something like that. This is very much like a more ambient,
I like Armageddon. Great movie.
And more like a more kind of like a slow burn, like Interstellar was. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that I think looked at this and saw space exploration and thought No Man's Sky, but then No Man's Sky was also a pile of dog shit when it first released.
Right. I mean No Man's Sky in the sense that like you land on a planet and then you can explore the planet. When in reality you can't. You just have a hub, and you have multiple hubs on a planet, but you can't go between hubs. You can't go from one hub to another without getting back into your ship and going through a dozen cutscenes. You can't there's nothing to explore outside of those hubs that are already pre-established that you're going to. You can't just, if you were to go out of that hub area, there's nothing. It is trees, it is rocks, it is one type of space animal that they put on that planet, and they put a couple of them in a herd together, and that's it. There's nothing else going on outside of that, and I feel like that's a fucking waste of resources. Like, why even put that shit in the game? Just make it hub areas.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it really is a matter of what are the technological limitations of a game. I mean, obviously, like the way the game is marketed and like the vibe of the game would lead somebody to believe like you could probably just walk straight around an entire planet. But like at the same time, why the fuck would you want to do that? Why would you want to just walk? Because like, I mean, if you're walking on Earth, you could be walking in the middle of a desert and walk for 20 straight minutes and still not hit anything. And these are planets. They're not, these are settled planets, but they're not all like Earth where there's a city, every couple miles. And even then, you could be walking up Route 1 and not fucking see anything for, a certain amount of time. So I mean, there's definitely a lot of fair criticism. I haven't even played the game, so there's only so much I can say about it.
Neither have I, and This is not me formulating opinion on the game itself. I'm formulating my opinion based around what I've watched, and that I don't have much desire to play it right now.
Yeah.
Like I have a list of games I want to play. It is not high up on my list.
For sure.
Like that's it.
It is undeniably a game that people are enjoying. It is undeniably a very highly rated game. It is undeniably a candidate for Game of the Year, and it absolutely has all the trappings of a game that could potentially win Game of the Year. I don't think it's going to be as much of a shoo-in as people probably thought 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I think that this is probably the tightest Game of the Year race that we've had in maybe 10 years.
What do we have? This Baldur's Gate. There's no reason Baldur's Gate shouldn't win. I haven't played the game. I'm saying it now. There's no reason why Baldur's Gate shouldn't win. Tears of the Kingdom.
Baldur's Gate. Resident Evil 4 remake.
Resident Evil 4 remake. Sure.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
We're not gonna. That doesn't come into the. Nope. We're gonna skate past that one.
Madden 2024.
You can skate past that one as well.
Gollum, Lord of the Rings, Gollum.
Yep. Okay, that could be on the list. Innovative, definitely.
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6. Yeah, that's probably up there too.
I mean, you could even I don't know. There's a smooth 5 or 6 games that you could put in that category that, if you don't even not counting Madden 24 and Gollum, and Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2 came out last year.
But
you're talking about Modern Warfare 3?
No.
Yeah, I mean, what? No, the last one. Yeah, the last one.
Okay, sure.
It's
We'll
because
add
people
that
are
to the
still
list.
playing Modern Warfare 2 09 on legacy servers.
The better
Yes, sir.
game.
Yeah, way better.
Game of the year all years as far as Tiggy's concerned. But Tiggy, any thoughts on the review side of this before we get into Guess My Game?
I mean, we kind of talked a little bit how like the review was going to be super puffed up. Like the preview was super puffed up compared to what it was going to be. I'm happy the game's working, and I'm happy people are enjoying it. I mentioned I'm not a single player gamer. I want the competition. I think I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, I kind of brought comparisons to Destiny because you can go play that by yourself. But I feel like Destiny, you're always like fighting stuff and doing stuff the whole time, and it's beautiful. There's not a lot of load screens. I saw one complaint, there was a lot of load screens, where Destiny is very seamlessly area with like no loading at all, which is incredible that they've been able to do it for a decade from D1, honestly. Even though the game sucks, but but I can't I can't echo what Bob said enough, where if you have to play a game for 20 hours for it to get good, I'm not gonna give you 20 hours. I'm not gonna. In my opinion, I value my time too much. I don't think it's worth it.
I will start mocking up a list of JRPGs for you guys. And everybody that's going to sit there and bitch, I love Starfield, but I'm not going to play these JRPGs. Shut up, bitch. Play them.
I mean, it's
put that 20 hours in.
Somebody who's like, dude, the first season of that show like really wasn't good, but like once you get to the third season, that's when stuff really picks up. And I'm like, cool, I got to watch 20 hours of television before I even get anything good. At least Game of Thrones had the courtesy of giving us 5 or 6 great seasons before 2 dog shit ones. Anyway,
don't bring it up. And also, the Wheel of Time season 2 came out. Still haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
my girlfriend and I have no desire to watch it right now.
It's gonna be hot ass.
They recast half of the characters too.
Love when shows do that.
Oh my god,
it always works out.
Every time.
It always works out. Everybody knows that it always works out. Before we get into this next thing, Bob, do you have any suggestions for any like games you want to play?
Want you to play?
Yeah, you want to like, I'm not.
Oh, I mean, there's a game that we could all play.
What kind of game is that?
And even chat could play. Chat, you guys want to play a game?
Can you say
chat?
It closer into your mic, like really more ominous and.
Chat, you guys want to play a game? You guys want to play Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game?
Zoltar is here to give you the wisdom.
It's back. Hold on. I gotta take a pee break real quick. But explain to the people what Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game is while I pee. Hold on.
Yes. For those who don't know, it's been a long time coming. We actually haven't played. I think the last time we played was in the old studio. The Deep Throat was necessary. You're welcome. Yeah, I think the last time we actually played it was back in the studio, the first studio. Zoltan Bob's Guess My Game. I am Zoltan Bob. Up here in my brain, I have a game that both Dom and Tiggy have typically 20 questions, 20 yes or no questions to boil down what game I'm talking about. However, this game, I think, is going to require more. I might allow 25 questions. If I'm feeling extra, I'm going to say 25 questions for sure this time. If you guys are really struggling, I might bump it up to like 30. Okay? But they have 20, we'll say anywhere in the range of 20 to 30 yes or no questions to boil down what game I have up here in my head. I am not keeping count of them, so chat, you have to. And also yell at them in chat what questions you want them to ask as well.
All right.
I got the game.
Let me get a list. I'm gonna list off my questions, so I know too which questions we've asked and which ones we have not. And Tiggy has only been a participant in one Guess My Game episode, so we got 25.
Rockin' is saying 25 should be more than enough.
I think so too. I mean, we'll be
okay. All right, we'll get a cap. We'll cap it at 25. We'll cap it at 25. That's
all
it.
right, Tiggy. Why don't you kick us off?
Was this game did this game release from the years 2000 to 2005?
No. Good start though. I like that you're going for time frames first. No.
I'm shaking the rust off here. Was this game released after 2005?
No. Good follow-up question.
All right.
Very good follow-up. That's
Okay. So
fantastic.
So before 2000.
One would say.
Are you asking me a question?
No, but not within
No,
2000
no,
to 2005.
Please, sidebar. I'm deliberating with my client here. So, all right. Next question. Question 3.
You gotta give me 2 thumbs up when I'm ready to put my IAMs back in.
That's fine.
Oh no, this thing. Okay. Well, you've been. Is this a okay? Is this a single player experience?
Yes.
Okay, single player game. Is this a first person game?
No.
That rules out a lot of PC games.
Yep. Not a first person game. Do you play as one character?
Yes.
Okay. Is this a role playing game?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have to think a little bit here, Dom. If you have another question, feel free to fire.
I just want to make sure that we.
Oh, I could ask Reg's question there.
Yeah, fire that away.
Is it a platformer?
No.
Was the game released prior to 2000?
I'm not going to count that
Okay.
because you guys already determined.
No, just clarifying because we had a rough little, but not within, but before.
Yeah.
So prior to 2000.
So I think what was that, question 6 or 7?
That
one doesn't count.
that would have been question 8. But
Okay, that doesn't count.
Okay. Okay.
Are weapons in the game at all?
Yes, but in an unconventional way. I'm going to say no. No, there's no like weapons in the game.
Was this a Nintendo game?
No, but it eventually made its way ported to the Nintendo Switch much later on.
Okay, so this is probably if this was ported to the Switch, it very likely is a Sega Genesis game because that is the only
Ooh.
non-Nintendo console that is on the Virtual Console on the Switch. There have been other ports. Okay. I think I have something's clicking here. Tiki, let me just grab this one.
Yeah.
Do you?
You're gonna
do
be
you-
so disappointed.
I think I know what it is. Do you play as? Can you play as an animal in this game?
No.
Okay. All right. That wasn't what I thought. Do you know what I was thinking, Bob?
Were you thinking about Sonic?
No.
I don't know then.
Okay. Does the game belong to a numbered entry series?
Are you asking that, or are you
I'm
reading
just
that
reading,
from
sorry, I'm
chat?
just reading what Rockin said. Tiki, you go ahead.
Yeah. I think I asked, and Bob confirmed that he plays like one character.
Yep.
Correct.
So I'm gonna keep riding Marco here as is the character you play a human?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this a side-scrolling game?
Yes, in a sense. Not generally. It's not considered a side-scrolling game, but the way you navigate is side-scrolling. I don't want you to get hung up on that. It's not going to help you.
Yeah. Hey Dom, you don't think it's Pokemon Red, do you?
No, it wasn't a Nintendo game.
True. I was just trying to
And it's not
make
a
sure
role-playing
we're on
game.
the same path.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm just
true.
reviewing.
Yep,
So
yep.
so far we have, it was prior to 2000, single player game, not first person. You play as one character, not an RPG, not a platformer. No weapons, Mr. Twinkie. Thank you so much for the sub. 47 months. Appreciate you, you legend. Not a Nintendo game, but on Switch now. Not an animal, human character, side scroller in a sense. This is question 13. Was this a Sega Genesis game?
No.
Hmm. Okay, so that throws my other theory out the window. So it's not a Nintendo Switch emulator game because it wasn't on Genesis. So maybe it was PlayStation, original PlayStation.
Ooh. PS1. I had a GameCube. I didn't have PS1. I'm gonna be honest.
Because 99, if it was before 2000, that's Nintendo 64, PlayStation. Was this a PS1 game?
It was on the PlayStation 1. However, it was on other consoles as well. Kind of a freebie there.
Okay.
Do you play as a man?
No. That's a good question.
Oh, Tiggy.
That's a good question.
Come on now.
Mm.
There we go.
It's a good question, Tiggy.
Sneaky banger for Tiggy. Oh.
Tiggy will have never heard of this game, by the way, but that's a good question.
Okay. You don't play as a man. It was on PS1.
No weapons. Weapons are not like primarily used, so no Tomb Raider.
Well, you play as a human, but not a man, so you assume you play as a woman.
2023, bro.
But the game was before 2000, so
Exactly. So fair enough. What are we on? What number are we on right now? Like
This will be
19?
16. This will be 16.
Yeah.
Okay, was this also an arcade game?
I don't believe so. No. No. I would hope this game was not in arcades.
are there animals in this game?
I believe some.
Okay, so primarily probably not animals, but there might be some animals. Maybe. I'm gonna be honest. Bad question.
Does this
Bad question
game-
after.
We won't count that one because I can't give you a definitive answer, but I'm sure there are like birds or something somewhere in the game.
Does this game involve dinosaurs?
No.
Got that, yeah.
So that was 18.
Trying to think, like,
Oh,
I
excuse
don't
me.
even know. I'm trying to think what even kind of game it could possibly be. It's not RPG.
What is this? What is this? 18 or
This
19?
will be 19.
Like
Okay.
maybe it's an action. I don't know.
So
Maybe
just a
it's an
refresh,
action game.
not within 2000, 2005, not after 2005, and confirmed to release prior to 2000. Single player game, not a first person game. You play as one character, not a role playing game, not a platformer. Weapons are in the game, but unconventionally / no weapons. Not a Nintendo game, but it's on the Switch now. You don't play as an animal, you play as a human. Not a side scroller, but kind of side scroller in a sense. Not Sega Genesis, was on PS1, but also other consoles. You do not play as a man. Was not an arcade game. Animals are in the game, probably somewhere.
Maybe.
And doesn't involve dinosaurs.
Dom, do you have like a list of possible scenarios or?
Well, I'm just going back to the well on all my other Guess My Game questions.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs appear quite frequently.
Fair enough.
Is this a survival horror game?
Yes.
I figured
Big
since you said it
question.
was niche, you've got to be thinking of some sort of fucking horror game. All right.
What? What?
Oh,
I mean, it took 20 questions. You're leading down the right track right now.
Reg
This
is
this is 20 right now.
Reg is all in on a big guess.
So we have the last couple where animals are probably in the game somewhere. The game does not involve dinosaurs, and it is a survival horror game.
The dinosaurs question, I think, might be the most important.
Because it's not Dino Crisis.
I wish it was Dino Crisis. We've done Dino Crisis.
We probably have.
I'm almost positive we have because I've been so upset that game hasn't been fucking remade yet.
I think I have all of my. I've saved all of my questions in one long iCloud note forever. So I have a lot of resources here. They're all my questions, by the way. One of them is in all caps. One of them in all caps is no Tom Nook, beehives.
Tiggy had a couple of good ones. You're gonna have to add some of Tiggy's.
Tiggy, go
Hey.
get in there, Tiggy.
Is it a man? Yeah. Is the character a man? Big.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Do we get like one guess, or can we use some of our questions as the guess?
No, you get one guess. You can word guesses into whatever you think it might be,
Yeah.
but you have one final guess. That's what.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Tiggy, get in there.
I mean, I can't take the swing.
You get. Listen, you have like what? 4 more questions, right?
We
One
have-
more
This
question.
is number 20. This will be number 20.
Yeah. Is some say time is heavily involved in the game?
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
You know what it means.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Reword the question.
I don't even know how to reword it other.
Is this a point and click game?
Yes.
T, what are you typing to me?
No. Oh, I'm typing in the chat. I just don't know. I don't know because I clearly haven't played this game, so I
Does
don't know what to
Does
ask.
this game's title include the word clock in it?
Yes. Oh, Tiggy, I was not answering whatever the fuck you asked me.
Okay, so we know
I think that was a pretty good guess.
involves the word clock. Point and click. Let's see. So, question 22. It's a point and click game. Was this game? Wait. What year did this come out? Did this is Pajama Sam the POV character in this game?
What?
Pajama Sam. It's a point and click. He's a point and click guy.
No. I forgot this guy existed. No.
Okay. Okay, it's not Pajama Sam. All right, question 23. Tiggy, what do you got?
I'm out of questions. I'm out of time. Do we have to guess the number? Is there different numbers?
No,
Well, there are.
Is it in a numbered series?
No, it's no.
Well, that's a question. Is it in a numbered series? Yes. No, you don't have to get. No, you don't have to get the
Okay.
right.
Okay, it's in a numbered series. So this is question number 24. Do I have to guess on this one, or do I have to guess on the next one?
Just fucking guess.
I don't want to
Doesn't
guess. I'm still not sure.
matter. Okay, then guess on the next one. Tiggy has to guess on the next one.
Yeah.
Still a chance to fumble it at the goal line.
I know.
Okay. Do you? I want to set Tiggy up for success in this. Yeah. Okay. In this game, do you owe money to a fictional raccoon?
Tiggy, what's your question?
Is it Clock Tower?
It is Clock Tower. Reg got it on question 19.
Come on.
In chat, Reg got it on 19.
Shout
Good
out
thing.
to chat.
Good thing I added the extra 5 questions on this one because this one was obscure. Clock Tower from 1995, a classic OG survival horror point-and-click adventure game. When I said has side-scrolling elements, it's a 2D point-and-click game. You can't there's no depth to it, so you are scrolling
Sure.
through panels of the mansion. Initially released on the Super Famicom in 1995, was then brought to the PlayStation, was on PC, was eventually brought over to. There's a console called the Wonder Swan, handheld. Never knew that existed.
Yeah.
Finally made its way to the PS4, PS5. Is getting ported to the Switch. Was on Xbox One, on Series X. I recently watched the Fear Fest 2023 from Feardemic yesterday. It was like 5 hours fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
But they're bringing back the old school Alone in the Dark franchise. And I think Clock Tower is another incredible horror franchise from the past that is due for a reimagining, a remake, a reboot of the franchise. So
Okay.
yeah, Clock Tower 1995.
All right.
Classic.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Chad. Thank you, Reg, for the help.
Oh, he nailed it. Question number 19.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he did.
Beautiful.
Big help in the chat.
Beautiful. And Tiggy, congratulations on your very first Guess My Game win.
Big 1-1.
Wait, did you not win the last one? I don't remember.
Well, this was his
actually,
first
no.
one that he sealed the deal, though.
True.
Yeah. I think I helped a little bit. I think it was Diddy Kong last year.
Yes, that
I think
probably
he
was.
in
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You guys want to land the train?
Let's.
Wait, do we have voicemail?
Oh shit, we do. We probably do have voicemails. Listen to voicemails. Let's listen to voicemails.
Need advice?
We're taxiing.
Pick up that phone and talk to a dad.
Like we're going to Barcelona, eh?
I hope that the Minnesota Maniac left us another voicemail. I love that guy. Who is he?
The world wants to know.
The world needs to know who the Minnesota Maniac is. Give me just one sec. All right.
Damn, am I gonna have to get even more obscure now?
No. All right. Oh wow, we got a lot. We got four. Wait a minute, we have 4 voicemails. 2 of them are from the same number. All right, here we go. Let's see, Minnesota Maniac. Let's see if it's him.
Minnesota Maniac again. I've been seeing more and more news, social media, on the web about the upcoming Call of Duty. Just curious, there seems to be a lot of differing opinions in the community on whether or not it's healthy for the game to just keep rebranding, giving us, they said they're bringing back the old maps from Call of Duty, and a lot of people are happy about that. But then there also is a large amount of people who have played those maps or maybe haven't played those maps, but have seen those maps in old clips, things like that. How does Call of Duty tiptoe the line of providing a new game, new systems, obviously, since way back then, graphics have gotten better, processors have gotten better, the game runs smoother now. How do they tiptoe the line of having a nostalgia COD on a new engine, but no real new content, versus the people that want all new content, don't necessarily, maybe they want, 1 or 2 maps, how do they tiptoe that line in this upcoming year to make majority of the fans happy? Because it seems like Call of Duty year after year has been underperforming, and I'm not saying Call of Duty is ever going to go away, but I feel like more and more people are dropping Call of Duty for other games, like Apex, or, Nick Merckx is playing League of Legends. Like, there's just a wide variety of games that people can play. How does Call of Duty stay relevant and keep a large fan base, and then also keep streamers entertained, and bring back, those FPS streamers that maybe left to other games? Once again, this is Minnesota Maniac.
Thank you, Minnesota Maniac. Appreciate the voicemail.
Listen, Minnesota Maniac, I'll tell you right now how Activision is going to tiptoe that line with a demonstration.
Here we go. Oh my gosh. He's got this.
My putter is the line. I will now demonstrate how Activision will likely tiptoe the line of trying to give players what they actually want instead of just regurgitating the same shit over and over again. The line.
That was pretty good.
Hold on.
That's how they're going to do it.
Take it, your thoughts?
So it was a great demonstration of Bob showing him how they're clearly not going to hit the line.
Yep.
I honestly, people can mention how like crossplay is actually, I don't know, hasn't gone well since that started. People can also mention how Warzone might be the worst thing to happen to the Call of Duty franchise when it comes to like as an arcade shooter. Personally, in terms like not regarding competitive at all, but in terms of like good Call of Duty games, probably the last one by public opinion was probably Black Ops 4. And that was the start of that with Blackout and stuff, which was the first BR Call of Duty made, which was incredible and very, very fun.
Blackout 10 times better than fucking Warzone.
So fun. I also think, too, a couple years before, whenever Infinite Warfare came out, actually, maybe it was a year after, I don't know. Infinite Warfare came out, and they also had Modern Warfare Remastered, the first Call of Duty. I think that's how you could do it. Make a remastered model of an older game and let people that want to do the nostalgia, and then have a new game that you want to put basically all the bullshit that people don't really want to play. I think you would just have to split it and make 2 games. I don't know. The maps stink. They're too small, and they just want constant action, head bashing in. There's not much competitive play. No plays can go out because everyone's just rush.
Yeah, it's running in Die Simulator 2023. That's the I think, my short answer is that they need to stop releasing whole separate fragmented experiences and just have it be one game, like Destiny 2 is doing, and just release seasonal content.
Yeah.
You know, charge people $20 every 3 months instead of charging them $80 once a year, and let people decide, you know, pick and choose what they want to play and what they don't want to play. If a new season looks good, boom, you go ahead and buy into that, and it'll be. I mean, I think it's a more player and dev friendly situation, because then they can just roll out content consistently as money continues to flow in, and then they do one big release a year for like, you know, $30-$40 that has a bunch of big sweeping changes and new campaign content and stuff like that. I mean, the Destiny model would actually work perfect for COD, but they're never going to do that. So,
Destiny, League of Legends. Ever heard of that fucking game? Riot Games, that small indie company. No,
it's true. All right, next voicemail. Here we go.
Hey, this is actually a message to Anthony. What is your opinion on? Hey, this is actually a message to Anthony. What is your opinion on West Virginia University Esports welcoming its first all-female varsity Rocket League team? You think it's good for the sport?
Tiggy, your thoughts?
So I am the local.
I didn't hear the full question, by the way. Sorry.
It was about West Virginia.
West Virginia University is just welcomed in their first all-female Rocket League varsity team, and whether or not Tiggy thinks it's good for the sport.
Absolutely. I would never say no to, like, you know, like we mentioned, inclusivity and I mean, just another team into the esports realm. I think Rocket League's like a perfect kind of like not just saying it's only a collegiate level esport by any means, but it's super easy to understand from a college level, you know, where sports fandom is huge, and something like Rocket League is so simple to understand, you can definitely get more of those fans over. So I think it's like a perfect fit in terms of collegiate esports. The fact that they have an all-female team is awesome, and it looks like they also like joined in. They're joining in on like men's tournaments too and stuff like that. So it's not like it might not be an all-female league or anything like that. They might just be competing along with the men's. They'll just have two teams or something like that. So very cool to see, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna be following it. Hope it works well for them.
Love it.
Yep.
We do have 2 additional voicemails, but they are from the same numbers, and so they're a little duplicate. But they're not duplicates; they're different questions. But we are going to save those for next week, just because we are coming up at time, and I do have to, you know, I got a baby to feed. So we will save those for next week. But thank you so much for the voicemails. For everybody else, 617-701-7678. Please leave your voicemails, and we'll listen to them live on the show, react to them live on the show. But yeah, no, we do appreciate it. So we'll have another from the Minnesota Maniac next week, regardless. We might have 2. The Minnesota Maniac might leave another one. They look good. I was looking at the transcription a little bit. I don't want to give anything away, but I do have to screen them, because we did have a few incidents in the past, and there was a good reason for that. So let's land the train. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. We've had a super active chat today. And then big shout out to Reg, obviously, for helping us out with Guess My Game. A lot of new first-time chatters, a lot of first-time people that we're seeing here. Big shout out to all the resubs. Shout out to Stills101. We also had Ray Havocs, Little Tiggy, Tig Tac, Zamf.
Great name. Great fucking username.
A few others that we had in here for the first time. So thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. And of course, everybody else that was in the chat. You guys know who you are. Thank you for being in here week over week. And subscribe to us, patreon.com/WickedGaming, if you want to see more of Bob's extremities. Bob, what do you got?
You guys should not be looking at my extremities for free. You better subscribe to see the rest of these extremities, baby, if you know what I'm talking about. And go to our Patreon and pledge there, and maybe you'll see even more extremities if you know what I'm talking about. What was this? Oh, shout out to Rockin' and Reg, who were they were just rifling back and forth trying to figure out what the game was. You two had no fucking clue. So I'm going to give that win to Rockin' and Reg. They fucking nailed it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Also, they deserve all the credit.
I hope everybody called their bookies, because big shout out to me. I said if you were getting frisky, I'm on Ross St. Brown anytime touchdown. 1 receiving tutty already, so. Shout
out to Jahmyr Gibbs. I need you to get me 22 points today. My team's not looking hot every year, so do me a solid.
Jameer Gibbs is the backup, so I think he has like 2 touches. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, coming up this weekend, it's time. Sunday in a couple days. Sunday. It's going to be around 10 a.m. Eastern before the first kickoff of the first Sunday football. We're going to do the beer mile. It's going to be on a legitimate track. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to shoot. It's a punishment for a fantasy football league last year that I did not accomplish. So I'm going to be trying extra hard. People are betting on my time. It's going to be very competitive. My goal is to beat 10 minutes. That is my all-time goal. And well, not all time.
So what is the line? Can we bet on this? And who do we?
My goal.
Who do we?
Yeah, and who are we contacting?
I'll put you on contact. Last time I did it, 10:53. 10:53 I did. I think I'm in a little better shape. I just need to start getting in beer shape for it. I think that's the biggest issue.
Okay. And now is it actually beer or is it a Topo Chico? That's important.
No. It's going to be beer. It has to be 5%. I'm going to go with Bud Light Platinums. That is the premier choice in terms of the actual runners.
Okay.
Bud Light Platinum, and the bottles 5% has to be, so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be streamed twitch.tv/Tiki Nation. Tune in.
What time?
All right.
It's going to be 10 a.m. to around 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll tweet it out, but around 10 a.m. Eastern before the Sunday night.
Put it in the Discord.
And you better at us because I want to watch this.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need this is appointment television.
And we're gonna be betting on you. So
absolutely, that's fine. Yeah, that works.
Put us in touch.
That works. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody so much for participating in the chat. Thank you everybody for sticking around, and especially big extra thank you to the folks who were in here for the first time. We really appreciate you. This has been episode 353 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you so much. And we'll see you next week.
Fight!